Imagine finding out that the home you've worked tirelessly for, the one you saved for years to finally call your own, is now caught in the middle of the largest mortgage crisis in U.S. history. This isn't just a distant headline. It's the reality for millions of homeowners across the country right now. The U.S. is facing a severe mortgage crisis. Over 1.2 million people are struggling to make their mortgage payments due to soaring interest rates, which have climbed above 6%. For many families, monthly payments have become unmanageable, turning the dream of homeownership into a daunting struggle, with some now facing the very real possibility of losing their homes. This crisis isn't just about numbers. It's about real families fighting to keep their homes in challenging times. To understand how we arrived here, we need to look back. For years, home ownership was a cornerstone of the American dream, a symbol of stability and success. But today, that dream is fading for millions, as risky lending practices and an unstable economy put home ownership further out of reach. Many chase this goal, often unaware of the potential risks, and now the volatility of the housing market has turned that pursuit into a source of distress and hardship. Even in the face of uncertainty, this crisis offers a chance to rethink our approach to housing and finance. It's a pivotal moment to question how government policies, housing market structures, and individual decisions have contributed to this situation, and to explore how we can forge a new path towards stable, accessible home ownership for all. If you find this video helpful, please consider liking and subscribing. Your support motivates us to keep bringing you valuable insights. At this crucial juncture, it's clear that only a collective effort can bring about meaningful solutions. With interest rates high, countless people are struggling to keep their homes, triggering a ripple effect that impacts entire neighborhoods and local economies. In some areas, rising foreclosures are causing home prices to fall, yet the high cost of borrowing keeps many from benefiting from these lower prices. For families facing the threat of losing their homes, this isn't just a financial burden, it's an emotional one, carrying the weight of uprooting lives and leaving behind cherished memories. This mortgage crisis serves as a stark wake-up call, much like the 2008 financial crash, highlighting serious flaws in our financial system. Unlike the sudden collapse of 2008, today's crisis is a slow, steady decline that threatens to push home ownership further out of reach for many Americans. Economists worry that the long-term effects could reshape our housing landscape and weigh on the economy for years. However, this moment also brings an opportunity to rethink and create fairer, more resilient paths to support homeownership and prevent future crises. In response, the government has rolled out emergency measures, like pausing mortgage payments for those most affected. Banks have also stepped in, offering options such as loan modifications and reduced interest rates to ease the burden. These steps have been crucial, providing families with a lifeline during uncertain times and demonstrating that our financial system can adapt to support people when it's needed most. But more action is needed. To prevent another crisis, we need lasting reforms that promote stability in the housing market. Policymakers, financial institutions, and communities must come together to build a system resilient to economic shifts, one that keeps home ownership accessible and secure for future generations. In this climate, strategic financial planning is essential for both homeowners and investors. Homeowners might explore refinancing or switching to fixed-rate mortgages to shield themselves from future rate hikes, while investors can benefit from diversifying their portfolios to better navigate market volatility. Staying informed and proactive is crucial. This is a time to be vigilant and adaptable. With about 30% of homeowners seeing their property values decline, it's clear that this crisis is fundamentally changing the American dream of homeownership. Applications from first-time buyers have dropped, signaling a significant shift in who can still access that dream. However, there is hope. The crisis is sparking growing interest in affordable housing models, such as community land trusts and co-housing, which could provide sustainable alternatives for home ownership moving forward. The 2023 spring home buying season was indeed sluggish, as a large number of home buyers sifted through tight housing markets within the high-rate, low-inventory environment. According to data from the National Association of Realtors, NAR, and the U.S. Census Bureau, 2023 had the lowest total home sales for the spring season, March through June, since 2011, Exhibit 2. What about the 2024 spring home buying season? Looking at our unique, real-time loan product LPA data, we can get an early pulse of where the housing market is headed. If you locked in a mortgage rate of 7.5% last year, you're probably feeling a lot more pressure to get that debt paid off early than someone who locked in a rate under 3% in 2021. While the rate of your mortgage is a big factor in whether or not you should prioritize it, it is not the only factor, and may not even be the deciding factor. Here's what you should consider before deciding whether or not to prioritize paying off your mortgage. Navigating a large mortgage crisis would require Trump to balance short-term relief measures with long-term stability, making it a formidable task. Combining economic, political, and social pressures, the crisis could demand cooperation from Congress, collaboration with the financial sector, and targeted interventions to protect homeowners, stabilize the housing market, and support economic growth. As we reach this critical turning point, it's an opportunity to reflect and take action. Staying informed, getting involved, and voicing our concerns can help shape the decisions that will define the future of housing in America. This journey isn't just about surviving the crisis. It's about emerging with a stronger, more inclusive housing market. Let's turn this challenge into an opportunity to create a stable, accessible future for homeownership. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe for more insights.